Let's talk about your career's secret weapon. Seriously, it's something most people kind of ignore, but it has the power to get you hired, get you funded, and get you promoted. I'm talking about mastering business documents. And no, this isn't about some dusty, boring paperwork. It's about a tool that can literally change your future. Let's dive in.
So have you ever wondered this? I mean, you see certain people and they just seem to fly up the career ladder. They land the best jobs, they launch these incredible businesses, and you might think, okay, it's got to be their technical skills, or maybe it's just who they know. But, there's often something else going on. And that is the real game changer. It's not just about what's in your head. It's about your ability to communicate what you know with clarity, with precision. That is what separates you from everyone else. It's the difference between just having a good idea and actually getting people to believe in it. Just think about it for a second. A single, really well-written document can be the key that unlocks these massive opportunities, right? That persuasive project proposal you write, that could influence a multi-million-dollar decision. That sharp, concise report, boom, a new business feature gets the green light. It all comes down to the power of the written word. Let's make this super personal. Imagine you're applying for a crazy competitive internship in Toronto. You're up against hundreds of other students. A simple but really well-crafted email can instantly show that you're organized, you're professional. And just like that one document can lift you right out of the massive pile and put you on the shortlist. So, this brings us to this really fascinating paradox in the modern workplace. In a world of Slack pings and instant messages, are these carefully put together documents just a relic of the past? Or are they actually more important, more powerful than ever before? We all live in these two worlds at the same time, don't we? On one hand, you've got the nonstop digital chatter. Slack, quick emails, it's all about speed. But then you've got the other world, the formal business reports, the shareholder letters, the strategic memos. Those require deep thought. So, which one wins out? And that's really the question we need to answer. Is taking the time to write a formal document just annoying, unnecessary red tape? Or is it actually a core skill that defines what it means to be a leader? Luckily for us, we don't have to guess. We can actually use some established management theories as a kind of playbook to help us figure this out, to understand when and why these formal documents are so incredibly powerful. Let's look at two of the big ones. Okay, first up is media richness theory. The idea here is actually pretty simple, but it's profound. You have to match the tool to the task. If you've got a complex, maybe sensitive issue to discuss, you need a rich medium, like talking face-to-face. But if it's just a simple, routine update, a lean medium, like an email or a memo, is totally fine. The big mistake happens when you get this match wrong, like trying to handle a complex negotiation over text message. It just doesn't work. Second, we have impression management theory. Now, this one is fascinating. It basically says that organizations are like actors on a stage, and every single document they put out is part of a performance. That glossy annual report, it's not just data, it's a performance designed to project an image of success and stability to investors. Every document becomes a strategic choice to shape how the world sees you. All right, that's enough theory. How does this stuff actually play out in the real world? Well, let's look at how two e-commerce titans, Canada's own Shopify and, of course, Amazon, put these very ideas into practice. And what's so cool is that you can see two completely different strategies at play. Shopify is a master of impression management. They use things like investor letters and their editions publications to build this external story, this narrative of being an innovative, founder-led movement. Amazon, on the other hand, is all about media richness theory, but used internally. Their entire culture of decision-making is built around one single powerful type of document. And here's the philosophy right from the source. Jeff Bezos famously banned PowerPoint in his high-level meetings. So why would he do that? Well, he argued that a really complex business problem can't be understood with a few bullet points on a slide. He believed it requires a rich, detailed narrative to really get your head around it. And this is the magic number at Amazon: 6 pages. Before a big meeting, everyone sits there in silence and reads a 6-page, narratively structured memo. Now this does two things. It forces the person who wrote it to think with absolute clarity, and it makes sure that the meeting itself is spent on deep, informed debate, not just watching a superficial presentation. It's a serious commitment to using the right tool for a complex job. So here's what it all boils down to. For the world's best companies, formal documents are not a chore, they're a strategic weapon. Whether it's crafting a brand story to the world like Shopify does, or driving a culture of deep thinking internally like Amazon, they deliberately choose rich, thoughtful communication when it really truly matters.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds a little old school, right? Writing memos. But let's connect this to the absolute cutting edge of technology. What does the art of writing a great document have to do with the age of AI? Well, as it turns out, a whole lot.
So here's a big idea for you, a forward-looking hypothesis. We can pretty much expect generative AI to get incredibly good at handling all the simple stuff. It's going to automate the creation of all those routine, lean documents, the kind of communication that doesn't need deep strategic thought. You could almost think of it as a new division of labor. AI will likely take over the routine tasks, right? Summarizing meetings, writing standard reports, handling basic emails. So what's left for us humans? The hard stuff, the valuable stuff. High-level persuasion, nuanced negotiation, and crafting those inspirational narratives that actually move people to action. And here is the crucial point for your career, and it is huge. As AI automates all the mundane tasks, our uniquely human skills, our ability to communicate strategically, are going to skyrocket in value. Your ability to persuade, to inspire, to connect, that's going to become your single greatest professional asset. You know, in the end, this all comes back to a fundamental idea from the legendary management thinker Peter Drucker. He said a manager's #1 job is to make people capable of joint performance, of working together effectively. And what's the engine that drives all of that? Clear, purposeful, strategic communication. It's the foundation of absolutely everything.
So I'll leave you with this thought. Your communication, it's not just a soft skill. It is a powerful, strategic tool. The only question left is, how are you going to use it?